rFactor 2 online? Is this like that time Elder Scrolls tried to make an online game? Find out right here, right now. Greetings Rommies, and welcome to VromVrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and to our latest video. My name is Ike, and I'll be your host for this video. Here at VromVrom, we are usually somewhere near the front of the line to criticise the misgivings and mistakes of the rFactor 2 developers, especially under the management of motorsport games, and there is a bountiful crop of these, from losing several $1 million a year to selling the NASCAR license to iRacing just to keep the lights on long enough to release what could be as little as an rFactor 2 reskin. But that's not the subject of this video. Instead, this is dedicated to a glimmer of hope coming from the now decade-old sim. While rFactor 2 Online may sound like some Google Play knockoff to steal your credit card info and then identity kind of app, the reality is astounding. Now, bear in mind that all that is to follow is in beta. It is still in testing, and there have been several outages and bugs being tracked, as well as a known issues tracker in the rFactor 2 Discord server. But for what is an early mass test, the results are, simply put, breathtaking. The online registration experience is similar to most other online platforms, and after entering your information and agreeing to the terms and conditions, you get an unfinished look at the layout of the online ecosystem. For those in existing rFactor 2 leagues, the main thing that will change is, rather than being a one-click move to the community server browser, it's now two. One for online, two for the server browser you know and are indifferent to. Another addition that has potential from ignorable to life-saving is the new server hosting feature. Priced similarly to competing all-in-one systems, the new in-game token system allows anyone to buy an allocation on the same AWS servers that rF2 Online is hosted on and run any combination of first-party content the game supports. If you ignore the community servers, however, there is a new driver rank system, and all the opinions I've heard of it so far is that it's brilliantly implemented. Taking away explicit scores and reducing it to a ranking, like CSGO's ranking system, means you'll keep grinding away at the ranking. Ergo, stay in the game, play more, get to know the nuances of the game and see your driving improve. And, as you improve, you'll possibly be inclined to buy some of the packs and tracks needed to take part in the other series. In line with finances and expenses, one thing that's been confirmed already is that the Rookie series, or those with the lowest impact to driver and safety rank, will always be free. So, if all you want to do is jump into a multiplayer race with the equivalent of a public lobby and drive, you won't be losing out financially at least. We've discussed Studio 397's pricing strategy before, see the link up there. But I will say this, Studio 397 aren't the original creators of rFactor 2, neither are Motorsport Games, as much as some seem to only be aware of the sim's existence since their buyout. If you'd like us to run through the history of rFactor 2, let us know in the comments section below. Back to rFactor 2 Online though, and once you've registered and confirmed your email address, which you have 24 hours to do, you're free to jump into a practice server, which, if you've entered Low Fuel Motorsport's rFactor 2 practices, will have a very familiar launching experience. The servers, hosted with AWS, are perfectly stable and keep the ping low enough that staying out of faster drivers' way is easy, and there's no massive stutters when others join, something that has been the Achilles heel of rFactor 2 in the past. Once you've set some hot laps, and you're happy with where the car is, register for an event, join the server, and you have 7 minutes to get some last-minute practice in. Damn you, Real Road. 10 minutes of quali, and the race begins. It's the on-track rFactor 2 experience you love or hate. Nothing is different here. If you're used to other sims though, one thing you will notice is the ability for the car to take a knock without throwing a netcode tantrum. Contact in rFactor 2 is forgiving at the worst of times and downright incorrigible at the best of times. Bump drafting is fantastic, and given the environment we're talking, with drivers that you may not know, is an absolute godsend, coming from the ping pong of Assetto Corsa Competizione, Low Fuel Motorsport. At the race end, you get an encouraging note of how you drove, with notes for improvement and or interesting insights that the management system has picked up about your driving. Then you're free to move on. The race slots are sensibly spaced to encourage taking breaks and, as said prior, the rFactor 2 devs are being great sports and answering all legitimate questions in their Discord. So, not a comprehensive research piece this time, but a signal boost for a developer doing something really positive for their community, and them seemingly being rewarded by increased drivers on the platform. If rFactor 2 isn't something that's been on your radar until now, or you don't know the history of the game and would like us to make a video on that, leave a comment below.